Okay, welcome everybody to Day 3, Week 1 of Challenger League. It is time for Under Night In-Birth Clear. I'm joined today by Voa, who unfortunately doesn't have a webcam, but he's with me in voice. Please introduce yourself, my mate.
Oh yeah, I'm Voa. I helped commentate the tournament we had just before Christmas. So some of you can recognize my sultry tones, and some of you will not. So I hope you enjoy having me here with 100, and we're going to do our best.
Yeah, definitely. We have two great matches queued up for you today. Let's get right into the first one. Let me see if I can find the slide. There it is. So our first matchup will be one of the veterans of the German fighting game community, Phils3r, playing Phonon against SEAN2DGODTV all the way from Italy, who is playing Wagner. This is an explosive matchup, to say the least. One of the most long-range characters, one of the most straight-up keep-out characters against one character who is basically the polar opposite and who wants to get in, and nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm just after seeing SEAN2D post in the Discord there that they don't actually use Wagner, so... That'd be interesting.
So it's gonna be a blind pick then. I don't think Phils3r is gonna change his character. It fits what he usually plays. Like, Phils3r is a multi-game player. He plays so many games over so many years. He has definitely got the fundamentals to lame people out, and also something that experienced players, veteran players really like to do is flip the switch from very patient play and then go completely risky, overwhelm the opponent. He's extremely good at that as well. So I guess there's a lot we can expect from both of these players. They're already in the lobby. So
to get into that, actually, what are the other characters that Phils3r plays in their other games?
Oh god.
Or is it kind of a mishmash in everything that they can get their hands on? They've got a very wide berth of what they do. They're not a focus on a single type.
I don't think he is, really.
Okay, that's interesting, because it means that they can definitely, they've chosen Phonon for specific reasons. Most likely her incredible zone control and her ability to just be this is the range I play and you don't get to.
Yeah, so the space control would probably be, the single biggest thing, if I were to take a guess, right?
Yeah.
But, anyways, so both players are in the lobby. I think we can just about start.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just ping the players so they know they can start. There you are.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see what SEAN2DGOD is actually going to pick here now. Because it's one thing to say, oh, Phonon is a queen of space control, but then you think that Batista also still exists in this game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's
Londrikia, okay. So this is the new character introduced in Uniclear. A lot of people have dabbled in him, I guess, when he came out. And the overwhelming feeling was, okay, this character feels kind of weird, but not weird in a gameplay way, just weird in the buttons feel kind of weird.
Yeah, a lot of it is the range that he covers is kind of weak, and his damage output is quite weak. But a lot of stuff I've seen of him has been very, very strange trades. Things like managing to 3B while jumping to be able to beat a hide blood ball on the way through.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about. The space control from Phonon is actually being overridden by Londrikai's longer range control, and his ability to apparently close enough with a fireball that also adds that frost effect. Ooh, counter hit. Good spacing on that.
Yeah, so I guess at this point that would be a good idea to actually explain what that frost effect does, right?
Is it freezing, i.e. it holds them in place for a follow-up combo, or is it actually just extended hit stun on some of his normal
I think it's just extended hit stun, right?
I can see he's got a little frost meter up there underneath his health bar, or a frost charge. Anyway, he's actually applied a lot of really good pressure here, and is going to take this first round on Phils3r.
Yeah, so once you're in at Phonon, she really kind of struggles to get you off of her. Mm-hmm. She lacks a fast normal to Abari, where she lacks a reliable reversal.
Like, while we were talking about her amazing space control, her control starts falling down up close. Her only useful tool is like 2A.
Definitely.
Even her 5A is very, very weak and hits at an awkward angle.
And so a character like Londrekia, who has such good corner carry with his Wreckers as well. Once he hits you, you're going into the corner. But just like that, that corner is back to Phonon, and Phils3r is definitely abusing the hell out of his position right now.
I really want to say, like, you can see Phils3r move at its very, very specific angles and very, very specific times. Not even the backdashing. He's holding back in order to try and maximize his time in the positions he wants to be in. Like, saw it there just before he hit that, I think it was a 2B. He held back a little bit to let Londrekai get into the position where he wanted him to be able to pick him up. Like, we're exactly there. Like, the range on Phonon you have to respect. You have to dash block into it, or you get picked up by hits like these. Yeah,
that incredibly long range 3C, one of the most notorious normals in all of Under Night.
You have to respect it so much, and it's so unfortunate.
Oh, good punish here.
Way out of that, but Abare is tough in that position.
Yeah, definitely. Tries to empty Assault. Now he goes for the overhead. Assault, chain shift. Goes for the combo.
Oh, gets out of it.
Good scramble. Oh, that was a ballsy reversal, but it worked out in the end.
It did. Sometimes you have to take those risks.
Yeah, definitely.
You have such limited options on the defense that you have to try and, like, risk out certain things. Plus, it's the first match of a set. If you establish early in long sets, I'm willing to burn meter to do these things, you force your opponent into the mindset of having to play more safely, having to play more defensively. And once you do that, you can just go ham with whatever buttons you have available.
Yeah, definitely. And this is like also one of the things I touched on earlier is if you played tournaments for a long time, you kind of know what strategies work in long sets versus in short sets. If you play short sets, it really doesn't matter too much what you do at the start of a set. If you play long sets where you kind of expect players to sort of adapt over the course of the match, it becomes extremely important what you actually start with, what kind of strategies, what kind of information you give away to your opponent at the start of the match, versus what you pull out of your bag of tricks at the end of the match, like at Game 7 or Game 8.
Oh yeah, most definitely, especially in Under Night. Like, one of the key things in Under Night is the grid meter down there at the bottom, which I'm assuming anybody who's watching us knows well about. The push and pull in every single match is so important to maintain that grid advantage.
Yeah.
And it adds so much more pressure to you. 10% extra damage, plus CS, plus meter. Like, being able to get into your opponent's head and just keep the mentality going of like, oh, they're gonna do this, and then you bait them. Like, we saw Phonon get a full screen guard break. Like, that's so key for her in this matchup. Because she's not gonna win grid otherwise. Oh, and there, we were just talking about it. The guard break is so pivotal for Londrekai here, keeping her in and corner swapping to get her in there again.
Yeah. One other thing that, like, having Vorpal is extremely important, especially for characters with sort of low defense and who rely on universal mechanics just as Phonon, is once you actually win the grid war, just like Phonon does now, you get access to chain shift, which can be used in place of a sort of invincible time freeze, just like the Guilty Gear guys know from YRC, but in this game it is explicitly designed to serve a defensive function on wake up. Really, so you can check meaty buttons with it, yeah.
Yeah, being able to just do that screen freeze is so important, because not only can it eat opponents' inputs online occasionally, it will give you that 1 second pause, and in the current... Ooh, nice techable throw, actually.
Yep.
It will give you that 1 second screen pause, and in the current version, it will highlight you in red if you are currently being attacked.
Yes. So you can actually confirm your invincible reversal and have almost no risk of doing it. There are certain exceptions, like you can whiff cancel special moves in this game with EX moves, but that's getting into like the really high level stuff.
And we're seeing a swap out here from SEAN2DGOD from his Londrekai to something else, or maybe he's just taking a second. No, we're seeing the Wagner.
Okay.
So this is the matchup that we were talking about at the start. The I want to get in versus the please don't get near me. So we're going to see a lot of Veil-offs. We're going to see a lot of use of CS on Wake Up for Phonon anytime Wagner gets in.
Yeah.
And Wagner's entire game plan is, please stay over there at 5B, 2B, 3C range.
So, I don't actually know how to feel about this character switch, because while SEAN2DGOD has lost the last 2 games, I don't think it was quite as bad as to warrant like a full character switch, especially not in game 3.
It might be a comfort thing. It might be being like, all right, Laundry isn't working out. The places I'm looking to use him and exploit his abilities just aren't working out for me. I need to go back to comfort. I need to just play my Wagner. Or it could be a case of like, okay, I've conditioned him to playing my Laundry, time to go mix up heavy with my Wagner.
That might be the case, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be helping because Phils3r seems to be fairly handy in this matchup and going very aggressive. Ooh, there's a fail off.
Ooh.
Not what you're expecting, but
Salt. That was a small combo drop. Lots of plus frames here.
oh my God.
Opens them up with the overhead. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you won't see Laundry doing. That's Wagner being Wagner.
Yeah. It's one of those characters who can just like kill you off of 2 hits. She's so explosive and it's so hard to get off you once she's in. Character you actually need to respect, and she takes full advantage of that as well.
Exactly, especially when she has one or both of her charges up. At that point, it is dangerous for no matter which character you have, unless if you have a strong reversal, a good mentality for when they're about to do. Ooh,
good fail off.
Very good fail off.
Ooh. Oh, that was a little unsafe. Gets a full combo here.
Gets the shield.
Ooh, and again with the charged force function.
No, she's not going to be able to kill off that. Not enough to follow through.
Ooh, with the trade.
Yep.
Okay, so Wagner takes one on the board.
That's another thing that we weren't actually talking about is once... Eunice is a very strange game, given Air Assault, because a lot of characters want to use crouch dashes and they want to get up close. So staying up in the... Alright. So Air Assault gives you a lot of movement options, but it makes you kind of reliant on air mobility for certain characters. But then you forget about the run speed of other characters. I'm talking about Aurier, I'm talking about Hyde, and I'm talking about Wagner. Their run speed on the ground is so much that SEAN2DGOD was almost half a screen away, ran at Phils3r the second that he left the ground, and caught him in an air to air.
Yeah, like, especially if you come from other games where like walk speeds and run speeds might not be as pronounced as in Undernight, which really wants you to play a grounded game. That might come as a bit of a surprise that sort of a rushdown character can just traverse the screen in half a second and be right in your face.
It's like, well, her buttons are huge and they have tons of plus frames. Why would we give her a run speed that like lets her really go supersonic?
Yeah, definitely.
But that's what Wagner does. And she now has CS. She's getting forced to be defensive here, though.
Yeah, a lot of respect, though, on those phone-on block strings.
To be fair, Phonon can throw in an overhead from, like, way further away than you'd think, so you have to be paying attention. Good run and throw.
It's also kind of hard to mash out of her strings. She has a lot of really long extensions, and it's never really clear when you are safe to press buttons against her. Oh, nice anti-air.
Very nice. And a lot of her buttons also have very, very long cancel windows. So you can be like, okay, cool, now it's my time to run forward, and then just eat a hit for free. Then goes to full combo.
I'm definitely guilty of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I play Wallstein, so I can't run, so it's fine.
It's okay, it's grapple life. Oh.
Very good conversion as well. This is also going to mean that she maintains grid advantage. Oh, gets caught by the 2A, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh! The Abare 2A?
Yeah, from a phone-on player, that's kind of unusual.
I mean, Phone-on 2A is one of the longest reaching in the... Oh, very good conversion. Phone-on 2A is one of the longest in the game, so...
Yeah.
It's kind of what she feels like her only real Abare option. I would be terrified to push it against Wagner, but I'm not a Phone-on player, so... Good use of shield. Very good use of shield for a full combo. In
Phils3r's defense, she was at like the perfect position for that Abare 2A. Just a bit too far away for her own buttons. Ooh! Oh, that's gonna get punished! SEAN ready. Full combo. Veil off.
Yep.
Ooh, and the overhead again.
Jab.
Phils3r keeps getting hit by that. So SEAN ties it up 2-2. I mean, I want to say it's like a big blue glowy button, but then I get hit by it all the time myself.
Yep.
So I'm not really in a position to judge here.
Yep. It's Wagner. It's what she does. She hits you with the big glow and then you die.
Yeah. Ooh, nice air to air. Oop. Salt. That's what you do on defense. You jump right back in. Ooh.
And that's a grid break as well. That's gonna be painful.
Yeah.
With the CS and sword charge. She's gonna go in as hard as she possibly can here.
Phils3r has been really aggressive with those shields over those last games. Like, he really wants to maintain the grid advantage, which I can completely understand with his character, right? You absolutely want to have grid advantage, and you absolutely want to have Vorpal when you need it.
And Wagner actually has kind of a hard time punishing Green Shield all the time outside of if she's in range to overhead you or if she's in range to grab you. But she has an extremely stubby grab range. So he's doing Green Shield at very sensible times. If SEAN2DGOD was paying attention to them more, he could stop his block string, then do it. Oh, good counter. He could stop his block string, then do a dash forward grab like he tried there. But it's going to involve trying to stop his own offense, which as a Wagner, you don't really want to do. Like, just push your buttons, get plus, get charge. Good use of CS to be able to block that. Yeah,
that was one of those universal defensive mechanics we talked about. Ooh! Eats right through the jumping C. Oh no!
At home wondering what the hell just happened. Wagner
doesn't matter though.
When charged, has armor and just goes through whatever hits her, and then you die. Ooh, good bailout.
Assault JA.
Oh, just outside of the range of 5B. And then
that's so scary.
Yep.
One more hit. Ooh. All right. So SEAN taking the lead now, 3-2.
I can definitely respect the change to Wagner. It definitely seems that he's more comfortable here.
Yeah, I take back everything I said about his on Londrekia.
I don't know if it was a case of the first two games conditioning Phils3r into having to deal with the slightly longer range, slower matchup, and then putting him on the back foot here.
Oh my god! That's gonna...
That's so upsetting! Oh, and the shield break! Oh, that's so upsetting! Oh, and then the pressure. Using IC5C.
Oh no! There. It's really looking like it's going from bad to worse for Phils3r.
Exactly what I was talking about there with the break-in pressure, waiting for the green shield run-up throw.
Oh. Like, one of the things SEAN really seems to have a lot of success with is trying to blow up the defensive OS from Phils3r. Just like that, right? So, meaty overhead actually grid breaks 1 AD.
Oh, Jesus. That's so painful. Oh my god, like anytime you're being like, oh, I'm being so clever with my option selects, I'm just gonna do the right thing, and then you die.
Yeah.
Just die. But it's, whether or not it's like countering an OS, it's just a good thing for Wagner.
Ooh! He was lucky the invincible frames ran out. Oh! Oh, another one. Like, Phils3r's kind of auto-piloting on defense here. He's really liking that defensive OS into his shield, and he gets grid broken every time for it. SEAN is definitely onto something here.
Yep. SEAN is kind of feeling the rhythm of this match slightly better. He's got the better defensive tools. He's got the better offensive tools right now. He's able to find the space to squeeze through all of Phonon's projectiles and pressure after the start of the game. We're seeing a way more aggressive start from him as well. First couple of games, we were actually seeing him do backdash at the start of the round and wait. Now we're seeing him do shield charge at round start. This is what we're talking about conditioning your opponents with in your sets. Like, he was letting Phils3r get the rhythm of getting more and more space. Very good CS. Getting more and more space and getting, like, free pressure at the very start of the round. Now he's denying him that and putting him on the back foot from minute 1. Being Wagner in your face, hitting buttons, making you upset. Although Phils3r here actually has a lot of meter gain and getting clipped. Oh my god.
Really didn't get what he wanted out of that CS earlier.
That's another thing, by the way, about Wagner being so quick. The cross-unders.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, 2A.
Yep.
There's a charge. That would have grid broken if he was a little closer because it was a 5D against a 2A. Bad. Thought he would
Very good awareness here from Sean. Mashing out of the string once Phils3r was trying to reset. Gets in with the 6-6C, and that should be it. 5-2.
If I was Phils3r here, I would take a minute, I'd catch my breath, I'd reassess the matchup, I'd think about what I know, think about what I want out of this matchup, and think about where I want to be positioned. Like, I'm seeing a lot of jump forward at the start of rounds because of the backdash that SEAN2D was doing.
Okay, with the meatiest of dive kicks, oh my god.
I say better because it would have caught whatever SEAN2D had been doing previously at round start. Now SEAN2D has already pre-adjusted, done a round start dive kick. That's how you know a Wagner is kind of ready for you?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's looking like a perfect here. SEAN2D got in full control of the match.
Yep. This is what happens when you can't keep a rushdown heavy character like Wagner out. It just becomes so painful, and then you have to try and find the space, try and recover.
Okay. I don't know what's going on right now.
Phils3r is changing up the timing on his projectiles, making it a little bit more difficult for SEAN2D to get in.
Oh.
The way that he's charging it up with the
no,
not
that was
his
his
shield.
Oh, he was waiting for that.
Whiffs the dive kick, keeps pressure going anyway.
Oop.
Shields to get all the grid in the world, so he can keep his...
Oh.
Couple of good hits in there, very good damage. Hopefully gotta wind up in a decent position. No anti-air now.
But he lets SEAN2DGOD jump at him for free after his pressure phase ended.
He might have been paying attention to the meter, seeing where he was on grid, seeing what he could get out of it, but not keeping your eyes on the Wagner.
Oh.
He might have enough. He's gonna get 100 meter.
Yeah.
Still got stance. Choosing to veil off.
Oh no, drops it. But the fireball. You can't armor through everything.
Yep, at some point you're just gonna take the fireball. Good option to jump back fireball. Trying to see where SEAN2DGOD is gonna go. I hope for a reaction against shield charge. And we're seeing the dash block in. Alright, clips him. He's got to lose 2A. You like to see that trade as a
phone-on player, yeah, definitely.
You reset to a position that you're actually safe in.
Tries to green shield, any follow-ups? No dice though.
No. Wagner going in. Ooh, the 2A Abare, but Wagner out of range.
Oh no! And again, the defensive OS blown up by Assault JC. Oh! No matter though.
Yeah, no meter on this. He won't be able to kill off it, but he might be able to get
Good
something.
block. Ooh!
I think that's it. As long as he can confirm to a super, he wins.
And that's it. So we're going into match point for SEAN2DGOD.
Indeed.
Those were quick sets.
That's Wagner. She gets in, and if she hits you, you take minimum 2,500, even off like 5A starter or 2A starter. Like, and then if she expends meter or like hits you with a heavier button, you start taking 3.5.
Ooh, another high counter fireball.
Catches the shield charge and the shield charge again.
Oh.
And the CS
catches him low. Watch your feet.
Yeah. You can block the overhead all you like, but once you... Like, Wagner comes down so quickly from, like, JA or JB.
Okay, I like him trying to apply more pressure in the corner here. That definitely was missing from his game plan before.
Exactly.
Misses the super.
Still has CS, though. Should be okay here.
Oh, and he wins the grid. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, no.
That last second shield.
That was like perfectly timed as well. Oh no!
Yep, it's the JC all over again. And that's one of the problems of this matchup. Is that
one more hit?
Caught a lot by Assault C, and because of that, very good awareness.
If he were just to, if he just went for a button here, he would have grid broken again. Oh.
I know that everyone's a big fan of down back, but you can't trust down back all the time. And
I love how Phils3r just jumped out of the corner for free there.
Like, you can't always just down back for free and just expect that to be your defensive play.
Not in this matchup.
Especially as SEAN2DGOD has shown his love of overheads between Assault C or just Charge Shield.
Yeah.
He's mixing it up well between Charge Shield, Assault C, and Empty Assault 2A.
And speaking of Charge Shield,
Yup. We're about to see
one more mix-up, and that's gonna do it. Match point.
Starting off slightly in Phils3r's favor, but getting too comfortable with the fireballs. Like, once you do one or two of them from that kind of range, Wagner's gonna get in.
Oh no. And now he's making him think about the overheads again. He was pretty conservative with those for the last 2 or 3 games, and now he's going back to them. Oh no!
Trying to use
Catches him overextending. See Fireball to make it safe.
And that's it.
That's definitely it, and we're gonna see.
Going out with the thanks, Josh. The instant CVO into Super.
There you are. Well, 7-2. That was a great match though from both players. GG's.
They definitely did. They impressed very well. Like, that just kind of shows that it's really difficult for Phonon defensively. Like, it's no on Phils3r for going out on that, because Wagner is a monster on offense. She gets in and she just causes pain.
Yeah.
That's all she does, is she runs you down. She has positive buttons. She has tons and tons of offensive options. Like, the way to beat a Wagner is that you have to beat them with Veil-Off, you have to beat them with good defense, and you have to try and use Green Shield intelligently to get yourself into the position that you can have the meter to Veil-Off and that you can have grid to be able to survive. Then try to reversal her out.
Yeah.
Like,
it's one of those situations where you need to take control of the match at all times, even if it is by force and even if it is like not efficient to do so, just to have the momentum back in your favor.
Exactly. Like, sometimes you'll just have to take like 2A trades. You'll just have to take like 5A into their 5C trades, take a loss of health, but it stops her momentum. You have to stop Wagner's momentum any way you can. Like, for some characters that might literally be like on defense when she has a gap in her string that she's been doing. Throw out an invincible reversal, you'll get like 1,500 damage out of it, but you'll not have Wagner on your face anymore.
And it's hard for like on a psychological scale, it's like really hard to get the idea that even if it's just like 1,500 damage, or like maybe just 1,000 damage, or maybe it's just like a trade and you're spending meter or you're spending chain shift for that, and that feels really, really bad. And you don't want to do it. And what you would rather do is just like shield all of her pressure and then get free grid from it, and then maybe do CS sometime later. But as we have seen with Phils3r, who like really like doing 1A+D option select on defense, like whenever he had to block like a block string or like anything, he would default to that and would get absolutely blown up into something like 4,000 damage.
Exactly. You were talking about player psychology there. It's a really important thing for fighting game players to learn as they continue to improve. It's when to burn resources, when's affordable to burn resources, and when's important to burn resources. Because like, there's a lot of people who are like, well, I can't use my overdrive, I need to save it for my flashy combo. I can't burn my 3-meter super here because I need to save it for my big finisher.
Yes.
I can't afford to burn this extra thing because otherwise when will this happen? And it's like, well, if you don't get to the point that happens, and you may never get to the point that happens just because of the way the matchup goes. Sometimes you need to burn an EX, sometimes you need to make a super just to gain space, sometimes to gain momentum. And like, that's just the way it is sometimes.
Yeah, Under Night is really one of those games where meter is not a damage increase. It can be, and it can feel really good when you do that, and you can get like 400 damage off of 100 meter, which is great. But then also, not having meter to like do an invincible reversal or make your pressure safe or like do really anything, like just spending 100 meter to be plus after a block string, for new players, I think that feels really bad.
Yeah, I think one of the things for Wagner players that makes them less inclined to that mentality is the fact that they're +9 and it's a continuation on their pressure. They don't care if we're blocking. They're pressing buttons, and they're going to keep pressing buttons at you. Whereas you're right, for other characters, sometimes it's like, I'm especially guilty of this with my Waldstein, doing 214C just to end pressure safely. It's like, oh, well, I could use that for a grab instead, and then I'll have lost 4 grid because I'll have yellow grab.
Oh god, oh god.
So this one's already going off.
Okay. Whoa. I was not ready. Okay.
Glodican is the Usuria, and Rodo is the Batista. I remember this because Glodican actually was one of the... I believe came second place in the tournament I was casting. They're very, very good at Usuria. They're very good at spacing and space control. They were blown up by Mosin because Mosin was very, very, very good on Enkidu and very, very patient. So this will be a matchup just because Batista is one of those characters who controls space so well, way better than Phonon does in a lot of cases. But Usuria can ignore that a lot of the time just because of our huge normals. But, like, you still have to respect Batista, you still have to respect gems, you still have to respect the fact that she has a flash kick. Glodican isn't respecting that right now because he's just swinging swords, or they're just swinging swords. But, like, Batista is still a really high pressure character and can get a lot of damage and in surprising ways from full screen.
Give me a minute to set up the stream. I was not prepared for those two to start. Where's Backwards France? There it is. Rodo.
Currently, it's pretty much 50-50. Rodo is keeping pressure on in the corner as Batista, but took a couple of hits from Glodican's Yuzu, and is now going to die?
Oh my god, this character does so much damage.
Oh yeah, Yuzu's damage is phenomenal. Hasn't spent any meter yet, but still is easily scoring like 3,000 damage per hit. Even on awkward anti-air, they're still 1,500.
Yeah.
It's really patient play from Glodican. He's waiting to see what Rodo commits to.
Yeah. So this matchup is kind of different than what we saw last time with Phonon versus Wagner, or like Phonon versus Landrekia, I guess. It was more like a very sort of push and pull kind of way. And you definitely have that with Batista, who is exceptional at space control, but with a character like Usuria, who is not only very mobile, but can also control space really well, she might actually not mind being that that far away from you if she gets an opening, if she sees like holes in your offense that she can poke through.
Yep. Yuzu's one of those weird characters. Her teleports and her huge normals mean that if you whiff the wrong button at the wrong time, she can just punish from full screen even. She can just get on top of you.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things you don't want to do as Batista is throw out a really predictable long-range normal, or like one with a lot of startup frames.
Yeah.
Because Yuzu is just in and on you there.
Ooh. Good throw here.
Or she just hovers in the air.
Oh my god! He missed that hitbox by a pixel.
Glodican is a really, really good Usuria, so I'm surprised if he wasn't familiar with good
Wow,
Usuria.
how did that flash kick miss? So you saw there when the CS happened, Yuzu was glowing red, so that meant she was pressing a button, and so in retaliation Batista did the flash kick. For some reason it whiffed.
Uses 4B counter hits any attack that hits it.
Oh, I see.
Like, uses 4B just absorbs hits and then reflects them. That's why you saw when she came down, the end of the 4B clipped her. It's one of the more frustrating things to have to deal with against Yuzu on Wake Up, is that you can't just mash buttons. You have to be paying attention to what she's doing. She'll throw out like a slow overhead, she'll hit you with something low, or 4B will come out, and whatever you try to reverse it with, will just get slapped. There it is.
Oh, nice poking. Not poking. Nice 2A here. Yeah.
There's the 4B pickup out of throw.
Oh.
Yuzu gets so much damage out of throws. Poking setup.
That's insane, 2000.
And
And you get the corner. Oh no. Oh,
Unfortunate.
that might not be what he wanted. Whoop.
Spin through, but no okay off it, unfortunately. I think he had gem setup. That's Spikes using Veil Off to trigger gems. Oh,
I mean, it's unorthodox, but
Ooh.
I'm in no position to judge a Batista player.
Look, Batista players are a different kind of breed. They're just ready. Fully expecting. Oh, I was expecting to see Super at the end there. Unfortunately, he's out of meter and almost out of time. Oh,
Whoop!
2B beats 2A.
I guess in this case it does.
Here you go.
So one of Yuzuria's weaknesses actually is once she is on the receiving end of pressure, it is very hard, just like with characters like Phonon, for instance, to get people off her correctly.
Yep, she has a couple of decent options, but nothing that's really phenomenal. She's got no high DP, she doesn't have an amazing 2A, she has a lot of things that she struggles with, but like, especially here, because like this is the range you have to be at, which is weird, Batista point blank being at advantage, but it's just a case of maintaining pressure.
I feel like I have the gift of prophecy now. Oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely more like what Batista wants to do in such a match. What?
Oh no!
Oh no!
The 4B just pushed it ever so slightly away. Pushed it ever so slightly away.
It's so dangerous if you just look for the red glow. Even though she was like mid-animation on that sash.
It's very unfortunate. But Rodo still manages to take the first round there in this game. Or this match even. Glodican going in 3,500, 3.6.
Oh,
gets pressure, continues.
Oh, ballsy mash here.
Trying to. Oh, good use on deploy fireball.
Yep, 2AB.
Rodo really respecting the pass through, opting not to do anything after. It's really hard to punish that, I believe. I think it might only be -3 or 4. Don't quote me on that though, I don't know my frames. I know that as Phils3r, all I can do to punish it is 360A, which is 3 frames.
Yep.
Oh,
oh, the people's elbow.
She must have been. Rodo must have been going for flash kick, but I don't think they had time to charge it, or they just missed the charge time by a little bit.
Yeah.
Batista had a very long time on her charge. This is a very close game. It's down to the wire. Next hit, I think we'll take it.
Oh, nice cross up. Pressure. Yeah, that was a great veil off.
Really great. It also owned.
Oh my gosh. He gets 360 no scoped out of the sky. Rodo taking one on the board.
I think this is a case of Glodican might have gotten too comfortable with the pressure they had been applying throughout the rest of the games. And, like, Rodo is adjusting to that. Rodo is finding the space to be Batista and is finding the time that they need to get their, like, anti-air charges off and find a way in. Like, Glodican is using jump assault and jump slashes a lot, so Rodo just needs to wait for an animation to happen and can just, on reaction, ping her with the, with the laser beam. Good pressure, going fireball. Bit of a bar right there with 2A.
Glodican's playing this really patiently now. He's dash blocking a lot. He's not really overextending in the neutral. But once he's in his favorite position, that's when you see the mist finest come out.
Oh, very good oppressive stance use here.
Oh, what a whiff punish! Well deserved round here from Glodican.
Exactly there, yeah. A little bit of pressure.
Oh,
good dash! Straight away in there. And keeping the pressure going. Hopefully gonna get some OP out of this for themselves. Yep. Keeps the corner in there. Rodo not able to get out using the absurd invincibility on flash kick. Good spin through. Gonna go for a full pickup here. Oh, so much damage. Oh, unfortunately whiffs. I think that might have been a gem release fail.
Might have been, yeah. I probably wanted to get one for taking home with him.
Good. Oh, very good punish. Rodo was struggling to find the button to be able to punish 4B reliably, but I think has figured it out fairly handily now.
Quite optimal.
I would not have blocked that.
Nice throw. Chain shift to extend pressure. Oh.
Veil off makes her safe. I think she has damage to kill here.
That might actually be it. Yeah, she has veil off.
This scales super heavily. It's gonna be close.
Oh my god. Oh, and it actually kills!
1,300, it was enough. Whew.
Never underestimate Yuzuria's damage potential.
Yeah, that's a really high minimum damage. I've seen some of those go as low as like 1,000 or as low as 800 on occasion, I think. I know Phils3r's one just gets scaled to hell.
Oh.
Couple good hits coming. Oh, very good pressure there. Just lightly tapping those buttons at the end of their cancel to keep pressure going.
Oh, that was a nice flash kick.
Oh, good corner. This will be a decent amount of damage, and then set up afterwards, I reckon.
Ooh, yep.
Ooh!
Kind of mistimed his meaty, but went through anyway. Oh, what a laser! Yeah, that was just like you said. He's finding these opportunities to charge up and to look for overextensions on user Riha's side, on Glodican's side, and then just be ready with the laser.
Glodican getting a CS strip out there with the veil off and keeping pressure going. Good super. That's being awake right there. Ooh, good counter throw. Oh, and catches the backdash. Flash kick. Always flash kick.
You have to establish you're not afraid to flash kick in these situations, otherwise user will just run over you.
Plus, your Batista, your flash kick is ridiculously powerful and has a decent amount of damage out of it. Good damage. Unfortunately, no pickup off the 5A, but that's just how it is sometimes. Ooh! Catches the throw whiff, but not able to get a counter hit combo out of it. Slashy, slashy. This might actually... No, wait, no, Yuzu doesn't have CS and didn't have meter. It wasn't a... Glodican establishing dominance.
I think he was starting up with a laser there. But Glodican was a bit faster this time.
Yep. Just barely getting airborne and hitting the button the second that they were ready for it. Backseat. Establishing defense here with these gems. Oh! I like that! Waiting for the whiff and then coming in with the hits. This will probably be about... There's the crossover again. Gem for pressure. Yellow throw unfortunately gets tapped. Oh, lasers. Batista playing in the preferred space, full screen, but getting clipped because they're over-reliant on the orb.
Oh!
Really, really good space control and knowledge from Glodican there to be able to move and then hit and pick up.
Again.
Flash kick. It's a good kick.
It definitely is.
Well, very good pressure coming out of Rodo there, but good use of CS from Glodican to do a dash out and cancel it to be safe immediately. Gets
good throw. Ooh.
Fadeaway shots from Rodo.
Oops.
Getting those hits in there. Alright, both with 200 meter. Rodo in the lead here, and keeping the pressure started. I think he's just finding they're just finding space right now to put down gems as best they can and try to establish defensive pressure, but Glodican doesn't need any of that.
Glodican is really catching on to how Rodo likes to pilot his pressure. He's been jumping out of those fireballs for a while now.
Yep. Rodo needs to make an adjustment, possibly put down gems before trying to...
Ooh.
Good catch! Possibly put down gems before throwing fireballs to catch the jump out, but that can be questionable because once the gem comes down...
what a read on the jump assault here.
Oh! The laser stays on screen for a while. Alright.
Oh no!
Trying to win CS.
That was definitely not out of range for Yuzu Riha.
No. CS super. Get a little bit of meter back. 4,000 damage from a mid-screen counter hit. Jeez. What a character.
Oh.
Good movement, and gonna finish the combo here in the corner for Rodo.
It's definitely Rodo who's overextending now. Like, he's been trying to get fireballs out, get crystals out, when he really shouldn't underestimate the range on Yuzu Riha's normals, and he's paying dearly for it now.
The use of that stance dash to force whiff on the flash kick is amazing. Glodican is operating at 1,000 million IQ.
Oh. Gold throw gets broken.
Oh, good dash. Good swipe. Alright, I think Glodican is trying to look for that last hit. Be a bit flashy with it. Just needs to find the...
Yep. Caught him pressing a button and was ready for it with the infinite worth.
Really good matchup awareness there. Being like, okay, Rodo likes to do Fireball here in this pressure string. With the second he does it, I'm going to CS super and I'm going to catch him. Fireball immunity and just go. Like, that's really good awareness of what your character can do, really good awareness of what your matchup tools are. I can really respect that.
He's starting to get downloaded quite heavily now.
And that happens after a long set. Like, once you autopilot like certain levels of pressure, or once you have like the preferred method of pressure, you'll get caught. Although, that being said, Rodo's working on a perfect here. Like, no slouch him.
No, definitely not.
No slouch them even. Come in.
Oh. A lot of respect from Glodican. He is just content with down backing for about 20 seconds now. Oh no, and the instant overhead drill.
You don't block the drill. Nobody blocks the drill.
Definitely not.
Trade worked out more in Glodican's favor than Rodo.
And we're going back to the corner.
Like, Rodo's saying, like, it's nice that you got that super, but let me show you my knowledge of the matchup. Dash 5A, dash 5A. Like, if Glodic... Essentially, this is Rodo saying, like, okay, cool, you gotta respect my buttons. That's great. I'm gonna make you pay for respecting my buttons. Like, too much respect is the thing that you can actually give your opponent, and you can assume too much of the good use of the orb to block after... Force block after the
Oh, nice fight, 4B.
Good pickup as well. This is gonna probably end in about 3.5.
Oh, even more than that.
Use of super. That's one of the things that you can do in this game.
The delayed flash kick. Oh my god.
And still catches from. Ooh.
What? Okay.
I think that was the counter hit stance. I feel that she has a counter hit stance in this game. Ooh. Very
nice
good.
throw break. Oh, and catches him 2A. I think that might be it.
I think this might be it. Although
yep, definitely.
In this match to win. These matches are taking a little bit longer than the Wagner moment, but I think it's more to do with how much distance needs to be closed in. Let's pair them, and also Batista's superior. Flash kick is so good. Flash kick is so good. A lot of damage coming out here now. Ooh, unfortunate draw. Good punish on the whiff. Down to the corner. Glodican's baiting something here. Gets hit with a fireball for that trouble.
Interesting choice. Oh no!
Yes, oh no, this might be it. 200 meter, we're gonna see super.
Oh no, it actually whiffed! This might be just the room that Rodo needs to take this one all the way back.
Yup. I feel like
it's one more mix-up for both players. Like, it's essentially even if it doesn't look like it.
Good use of dead angle. Oh, the laser trades with the slap.
Oh! And now it's Rodo who gets clipped at that particular position by Glodican.
We're down to set point there for Glodican. Alright, it's gonna be interesting to see how Rodo starts this off. Do they go defensive and try to get enough space to find breathing room and adjust? Hold back, hit C, alright. I respect it. Ooh, user going ham here. I respect the use of charge there also to force the win on the grid cycle, which means that Glodican gets to keep pressure going.
Yep.
Like, the last thing you want to do is try to give Batista enough space to get grid. If she wins the tug of war, she gets another defensive.
Oh,
that was
nice guard point on the 4B, and ready with the perfect punish. Rodo was trying to build his bullet hell this time a lot more aggressively than he did before, but unfortunately Glodican is already on Yomi layer 34, takes the round, is now at match point.
Alright, Rodo going in for the dash block gem setup and gets hit for it.
Oh.
Good use of assault to get around the orb there. 4B barely clips, full pickup.
That button is so active, it's not even funny anymore.
Yeah, no, we can't just stick.
Oh no! And there it is! Huge read on the flash kick.
Really good awareness to not burn anything expensive there when he saw that, when Glodican saw that they hadn't actually caught it.
Oh, that's it!
This one doesn't drop. That's that.
Glodican making a name for himself, showing everyone why he is one of the favorites to win this thing.
Well played to both players. Rodo definitely showed how Batista has really good space control and really good zone awareness, as well as the ability to control offensive pressure. Like, Rodo was no slouch. Rodo got a perfect on Glodican in the corner by simply staggering pressure, forcing techs into exploding gems, using delayed normals into making sure that whatever Yuzu tried, it wouldn't work. That was really good offense and really good pressure, and sometimes it just doesn't pay off for you because your opponent either has a better matchup knowledge or it's hard to beat certain characters in neutral. Batista's ability to control the neutral kind of falters when she has to deal with jump sword from full screen.
Yeah, and in addition to that, like, his ability to actually control the neutral and punish mistakes and punish like Yuzu overextending really fell apart once Glodican has the read on him and was adjusting to the way that Rodo likes to build his zoning game and likes to like establish himself in the neutral, like in that full screen position. And once he got that once he got that figured out, it was really easy for him, like it felt really easy for him at least, to jump over laser, jump over fireball, recognize the gaps in Rodo's block strings and in his pressure strings, and then punish accordingly and take his turn back.
Yeah. So like, while Glodican made that look easy, if anyone tries to fight a Batista and tries to be like, you just jump over her shit. It's like, nah, fam, nah. You play like waltz into that. You play hide into that. You're gonna struggle a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone has gone into training mode and played that mission where you have to dash block against Batista, and I tell you, very few people have gotten down their first try.
It's a rough wake up call to say the least. I say that as an Enkidu main. This is not a fun matchup.
No. Like one of the things I want to highlight in that match specifically was the awareness Glodican showed during Rodo's pressure string, where they did the usual pressure into fireball. Glodican had the awareness to be like, okay, normal pressure string, CS super ends the match here. Like that's really good use of resources, that's really good use of understanding of what they needed to do, and that's really good thought process. That's one of the things that's really hard to master as a fighting game player, is the ability to assess in the moment as it's happening. Like, oh, this is the sequence of events that will make me win, and this is the sequence of events that I just need to do to beat it. And I want to emphasize that it wasn't an autopilot, because later on in that same set, in the last match, for instance, we saw Rodo going into the same string. We saw Glodican CS, and Rodo just blocked, and Glodican did nothing. Like, didn't autopilot to super. Knew, like, okay, I don't see a fireball on screen. I'm gonna just dash and pressure. Take my turn. All
right. Great showing from all of our players today. Thank you so much for playing on stream. Thank you so much for sharing your games with us. Before we quit for today, before we shut down the stream for today, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Kata Games make amazing mousepads. They are incredibly huge, and if you are in need of a mousepad, you can get 10% off with the code 2BCU10. Go to Kata Games website, I think katagames.com or katagames.de. I guess Sinjul will post the link in the Twitch chat comments right now. And also, don't forget, we are a trusted Matcherino partner, so you can use codes to add 25 US dollar cents to the prize pool, completely free of charge. You don't need to do anything to do that. Just put in the coupon code. The coupon code for Uni is 2BCU Uni CLRS2. Also, that will be shown by Sinjul in chat. Please donate. There are a few more ways to add money to the pool, but that one is the easiest. So, anyways, I think this will be it for today. Oops, wait a second. Did I show you this? I don't think I should. There you are. Forgot to actually switch the slides. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to Voa. You will see him next week, where he will be commentating with Lofty Words for our Challenger League Season 2 in Uni. Please look forward to next week's matches. Do you have anything to say?
No, I look forward to commentating next week's matches. It's always enjoyable to see the talent that Europe has on display for Uni. And I look forward to the days that we all get to spend actually in person again when all this is over.
Oh man, tell me about it. Also, don't forget that Challenger League Week 1 is not over yet. We still have the biggest bracket of the league to go, which is KOF 2002 Unlimited match. You will have 4, not 2, but 4 matches for your viewing pleasure tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, as always. And I think that's it. Have a great evening and have a great week.
All right, everybody take care out there.
Bye-bye.